This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Tuesday, the 2nd of January. I'm Michael Groff. A couple of beautiful days ahead today and tomorrow. Temperatures pretty close to seasonal averages. Dry conditions, a lot of sun today, but an increase in clouds tomorrow. And that's going to set the stage for another big change in the weather pattern. Get set for a bout of well below average temperatures. In fact, the coolest weather we've had so far this winter coming in here, and periods of unsettled weather where we will see opportunities for precipitation. And I say precipitation because it won't just be rain, but we could see some lower elevation snow as well. We'll talk about all of it as we dive on in. Still a lot of question marks surrounding this upcoming weather scenario, so let's get to it. First, the almanac from yesterday to kick off 2024. The high was 63, the low 47, averages at 66 and 45, so pretty close to where we ought to be. Looking outside right now, it's 7 a.m. We've got mostly clear sky. 46 degrees to begin this day at Sky Harbor, dew point 35, humidity 66%. It's a calm wind at the moment, and the barometer 30.14 inches and rising. The upper level weather pattern across the nation, a wavy pattern. One such wave moving off the southeast coast of the United States. Another one that came through here yesterday. That's moving into the southern plains. Could see a few showers and thunderstorms with that. And our next system that's due in here is off the west coast right now, so Arizona sits between those features at the moment. The watch warning map, pretty quiet for us, but you do see those winter weather advisories and some of the related winter storm products coming into the west coast of the United States, some wind as well, and some dense fog over the Pacific Northwest. Convective outlook for today, no organized areas of severe weather across the nation. A little thunder possible, though, for the Gulf Coast, parts of central and south Texas. And along the immediate California coast there, too, could hear a few rumbles of thunder. And here's the precipitation outlook, and this is valid through Tuesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, 1/4, 1/3 of an inch, maybe a little bit more in a few spots. And there's still, again, question marks regarding where, when, and how much rain there will be. Let's try to find some answers right now as we take a look at the models and see what the future may hold. Here we go. This is the GFS. It's the 06Z run. This is valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Wave moving into South Texas. Our next weather system is off the west coast. Again, we're between systems today. So what it means for us down at the surface, sunny to mostly sunny sky this afternoon. High temperatures, I'd say mid-60s. Tonight, with mostly clear sky through at least much of the night, we should see lows drop in the upper 30s in the cool spots, low to mid-40s for the urban core. Then tomorrow, we'll see an increase in clouds through the day as our next weather system is moving on in. High temperatures tomorrow, again, mid-60s. And we'll start to see some rain knocking on the door of western Arizona by the early to middle part of the afternoon. And that should start to make its way into south central Arizona, including Phoenix, by tomorrow evening. So showers will become likely, and they'll continue through the overnight hours. Again, this is not going to be a big drought-busting, heavy rain event, but it's what we call a high pop, low QPF situation, a high probability of precipitation, but low amounts of rain, probably 1/10 of an inch, maybe a little bit more or less, depending on where you are with this. This is 2 a.m. Thursday off the GFS, and you can see that system's in here with some showers, mainly light rain, but it should be fairly widespread. And by the afternoon, most of that's moving on out of here and should be confined to eastern Arizona. Of course, some snow up north, but not a significant amount. Still enough to make for some travel headaches, though. High temperatures on Thursday will be cooler as well. Highs mid-50s, maybe upper 50s. And then that's going to set the stage once that moves on out of here for some colder air, drier air to come in behind that system. Thursday night, Friday morning, it could get pretty chilly. We're talking about starting the day off on Friday in the low 30s in the coldest valley locations, maybe near 40 for the urban core. So a possibility of a freeze, or at least some freezing temperatures for the outlying parts of the Phoenix metro. So if you're in those cooler pockets, might want to cover those plants Thursday night, Friday morning. Now, again, if you're central Phoenix, downtown, Arcadia, Biltmore, those areas, you're probably okay. But again, up in Scottsdale, Carefree, Cave Creek, certainly going to be a chilly night. Then the day on Friday, lots of sun, but a coolish day with highs anywhere from about 55 to 60. And then we'll be in the upper 50s to low 60s on Saturday because here comes this next system, well off to the north and west of us, but it's moving our way. So we'll see increasing clouds to the day. Then by Sunday, here comes that next feature. Now, Last couple of runs of the GFS have shown a tendency to bring the system a little bit more overland, a slightly shallower angle that it's going to take, but it's still a very cold upper trough. The problem with this system, at least for us around here, is it does not have a ton of moisture with it, and it's not going to advect a lot of moisture because, again, it takes a primarily overland trajectory. It doesn't really have a deep southerly component to its winds, and so we're not going to see a lot of moisture shifted poleward into Arizona with this. Nevertheless, because it's such a cold system, it'll have enough dynamics to drive some precipitation in. So showers are going to become likely late Saturday night and Sunday, and I expect a frontal band to come through with this, and so we will at least have a chance, a pretty good chance, 60 to 70% chance of seeing rain with this. And so high temperatures on Sunday, going to be cooler though. Low, maybe mid-50s, and that's about it. It's going to be a chilly day. Could be breezy at times too, so kind of raw. It won't rain all day, but we will have that chance of showers. As that system really begins to move out, now the colder air is going to spill in right behind it, the real cold air, the cold core of this. And so the snow levels are going to drop. They'll be pretty low through the day on Sunday, but they're going to drop further, maybe down well below 4,000 feet. So we could see maybe an isolated snow shower mixing in all the way down to parts of the higher sections of the Phoenix metro area above 3,000 feet. Maybe Scottsdale, North Scottsdale, Carefree, Cave Creek, New River. Those areas, maybe up Anthem or Rio Verde. Places like that could get a few snowflakes. Not saying it's going to be anything measurable, but something to be aware of on Sunday night as that colder air works its way in here. Will we see any snow at Sky Harbor Airport, downtown Phoenix? No, probably not. But it'll still be cold, though. Lows are going to drop into the upper 20s to mid-30s for Sunday night, Monday morning. So be aware of that. And then Monday, that system's out of here. And high temperatures are left with a very cool day. Struggling to get into the 50s. I'd say highs 50 to 55 maybe. And so it'll be a chilly one. And then Monday night, Tuesday morning, another chilly day as well, or chilly night, with lows again well down the 30s, upper 20s for the cold spots. Then a week from today, this is Tuesday the 9th, that low that came through here is now moving into the southeast. Look at that bowling ball type system. And that could bring some rain, some snow, kind of a mess to the southeast. There could be some strong storms in a setup like that too. We'll watch how it ultimately plays out. Again, we're way out here at a week from now, so things are subject to change. Now, for us, temperatures would moderate a little bit. We'd see highs getting back toward the upper 50s to about 60, but still probably a bit below average. And then going out 10 days, this is Thursday, the 11th, cold troughing continues through much of the western half of North America. And we're on the southern periphery of that, but we could still see maybe a passing shower or two with that, and temperatures would be held below average, probably seeing highs again staying in the 50s. So we could have quite an extended period with below average temperatures. And given the summer that we had in 2023 and the warmest December or the second warmest December on record that we just experienced, I'd say, hey, bring it on, because we all know what's coming just around the corner. Now we're in January and temperatures are only going to slowly start going up. So be aware. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS ensemble out to the 16th of January. We've got quite a spread here from very little, from about 1/10 of an inch all the way up to over 2 inches of rain off of this. The ensemble mean, about 1/2 inch. And then the European ensemble is actually a little less. It's around 1/3 of an inch. But just for the heck of it, because I know someone's going to ask for this, so we're going to show you this anyway. Here we go. This is the snow output for Phoenix coming from the European ensemble. This, again, goes out to the 16th. There's 51 members in the European ensemble. 17 of them indicate measurable snow. That's about 1/3. That is 1/3 of the members. Now, Mike's not saying it's going to snow, so don't take that. I'm showing you model data. In fact, if I had, I would put a significant amount of money on the fact that it will not snow, at least not in downtown Phoenix, not at Sky Harbor Airport where this is. Could you see a snowflake, though, in Scottsdale? As we mentioned, the higher terrain of Phoenix, the McDowell Mountains over there at the Four Peaks, the Superstitions. Possible. It's not out of the question. But for most of us, probably not. And then temperatures off the national blended models. Again, it's going to get cool. Highs are going to be well below average here after today and tomorrow. And there's a very realistic possibility we stay in the 50s for some time. And I suspect maybe next Monday, it may not even make it up into the mid-50s. It may stay in the low 50s all day and lows down in the 30s. And that means that's at Sky Harbor. That means the colder pockets are going to get down into the 20s. So again, a freeze is likely at some point here over the next several days. We'll have to watch for that possibility of a few mornings with near or below freezing temperatures in many locations across the valley. And that is going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. And should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell. Leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. And of course, if you really like what we do here, you want to support us monetarily like Gary Johnson did yesterday. Thank you so much, Gary. Well, then you can click on that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube and make those donations. $2, $5, $500, all of it. Every dollar helps in furtherance of this channel, and I really, really do appreciate it. It's what helps to keep us as ad-free as possible. But, we got to make a few bucks here to keep this thing going, all right? The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. And I understand that she's got a new blog and maybe another one, so maybe a double dose of My Michelle for you to go and check out. So please go ahead and do that, as well as in the description below the video here, you can check out her chronicling her trip to the Philippines from last month. And we have done that. So there's part 1 and part 2 of that. So I highly encourage you to go and check that out as well. All right. Thank you so much for watching, all of your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. Please, want you to be safe out there and have yourselves a beautiful Tuesday.